watched it. I just called everybody.
Hey guys, it's Dan, your host, your Dan's Reviews, and today I'm back for another video for Lost. This one's going to be doing my next review for Season 1. This is for Season 1, Episode 11, titled All the Best Cowboys Have Daddy Issues. Alright guys, this one's going to be doing a review today. This one's going to be doing a review for Lost. This one's going to be doing my next review. This is for episode 11 now of season 1. This one is called All Cowboys Have Daddy Issues. That's probably the most fucking weird title I've heard so far in this show. What the hell? Okay, so episode 11. Now, I just binged like a bunch of episodes. I watched episode 9 to 11. I'm kind of sporadically releasing these for y'all. Damn, this was so good. This was my favorite of the 3 I watched today. This was a great episode. This episode basically focused on the aftermath of what went on. You have Jack now, who feels like shit because obviously he told Claire that it was probably just all in her head. Now she's captured by this fucking psycho Ethan, right? So now he has a mission. He has to find her, right? And Charlie, right? So you've got John Locke, Kate, Jack, and Bone. That's his name. Bone, something like that. Boone, I think is his name. Yeah. And 11 episodes in, I'm almost there. I know pretty much all their names now, but there's still a few that I'm like, wait a minute, you know. But anyway, so they're going through. They're looking for Claire and Charlie. And it's a really exciting episode because it's kind of an in the wild episode, which I thought was exciting. It's definitely my favorite of the 3 I watched today because it just feels like so like intense. Like you've got John Locke, who can tell what you're thinking 10 seconds before you say it. You've got fucking Kate, who we find out is actually a tracker. Her dad was in the army, and we get some information about that. So I thought that was a cool piece of insight. And you got Boone here that, you know, of course, Shannon doesn't want him to go, but he insists, you know. And I thought that was pretty cool. Michael wanted to go, but John Locke said there's too many of them, so you go south, you know. And you've got the kid, Michael's kid, that kind of talks to Sawyer, which I thought was an interesting conversation in this one. And he's kind of like, yeah, you know, like, yeah, no, like, can you teach me, you know, how to do this and how to do that, you know? And Sawyer's just like, wait a minute, Saeed's back, you know? And then that triggers him, obviously, because that's the fucker that, you know, tortured him, right? So he's all pissed off. And he goes in there, talks to Saeed, and he basically talks to him about the woman that he ran into and the people that are on the island and what he saw and, you know, what he could kind of assume. And they kind of put their differences aside, which I thought was, you know, really cool. But then we've got our group that are basically out there looking, and they're trying to find Charlie and Claire in any way they can. And they basically decide to split off. You've got John Locke and Boone. They go their own way. And you've got Kate and Jack that go their own way. Now, we get some flashbacks in this episode, but it actually wasn't as many as usual. This episode was pretty current day focused, which I think was necessary because we have had, you know, backstories all the way through. But we did have some flashbacks, and it was a really good one, too. It was more on Jack's character, actually, and it was about him and his father. And basically, one day he's doing an operation on this woman, right, Jack, and you got his dad that comes in and tells him to, like, you know, like, stop, like, the woman's dead, like, the woman's gone, you know, and they pay the price for that, basically. He's like, yeah, you turn it off, or like, yeah, you stop the procedure, you know, and the rivalry with him and his dad, I think, is cool, because, again, there's so many layers to it, I find. And he even explains to him in this episode, like, the reason I'm so harsh on you is because I'm doing that to turn you into what you are now. And because I am, you're turning into the best, you know, surgeon there is. And I'm like, yeah, but man, like, dude, like, you're treating your son like shit, you know what I mean? Like, there's no justifying, you know, what he's doing, you know? But anyway, you've got that stuff that's going on. Then you've got, you know, the current day stuff where, and this was one of the most intense scenes of the show for me. I couldn't even, like, I couldn't get over this, right? You've got Ethan that shows up, and he fucking beats the ever-loving shit out of Jack, right? In the fucking water, he, like, pushes him down, punches him several times, and says, stop following me. That's the only warning I'm giving you, you know? I'm like, buddy, where the fuck did you come from? Like, you know? And then he walks off like the little psycho he is. Fucking, the actor's doing a great job, though. I will say, he's believable as hell to be like this crazy, psychopathic, like, dude, he's really good. But anyway, Kate finds Jack. He's beat the hell up. He still wants to keep going. And then And this one had my heart racing, man. You had them that find Charlie, right? And Charlie is hanging up on this tree. And they cut him down, right, after enough effort. And he's not breathing. Jack's like beating the shit out of him. He's like, wake up, wake up, wake up. And I was sitting there like, did they just kill Charlie off? I was pissed. I was like, no, dude, I really like him. Like, what? And they literally play it out like a death scene. Like, the sad music starts. They drag it on for about 5 minutes. And then it's like, he comes back. He's alive. I was like, holy shit. Like, that was, to me, probably one of the most intense scenes of this show so far. Maybe even the most. That was intense as all get out. I thought Charlie was dead as a doorknob. I'm glad he's not, because I really like his character. But, damn. Really, really crazy, man. Really insane. And basically, you have them at the end, right? They rescue Charlie, but they ask, like, where's Claire? Like, what can you tell us, And he swears that he doesn't know what happened. He doesn't remember, which I'm sure we'll get more information on later. But the episode ends basically with Boone and John Locke, and they find this, like, thing under the, ground and stuff. It's like this metal thing. And it seems to be some kind of underground something, is what the impression I got. And he's like, what's down there? And John's like, well, that's what we're about to find out. And the fucking episode cuts. I was like, I can't watch no more till next week. Shit, But it was so good. It was such a good episode. I absolutely loved it. Yeah, it was such a good episode. I absolutely loved it. This episode, I'm going to give it 10 out of 10. I thought it was absolutely perfect. And kind of leaves me on a bit of a hanger for next week. So I'll be back with 2 episodes next week. Stay tuned for that, guys, of course. But if you're new to the channel and you enjoy videos like this, guys, be sure to click the subscribe button so you don't miss any of the videos for Lost. Make sure to follow me on Dan's Reviews Official on Instagram, guys. And, of course, I'll see you guys really soon for more videos for Lost. Enjoy the rest of the day, guys, and peace out.
Born in the dark alleys, city of concrete. Dan's reviews blowing up, never taste defeat. Walking Dead dissected every plot twist beat. World gone mad, TV junkies hit a treat. Typing up scripts, marathon through the night. His opinions hit harder than a street fight scene. Every episode, brain sharper than a knife. He's the beacon of critique, shedding TV light.